Imagine signing up for the Marines, one of the toughest, most masculine institutions in the world, while hiding who you really are. Imagine living every day in fear that one honest word, one wrong look, could end your dream and destroy your life. That's the emotional core of Netflix's brand new drama series, Boots. And it's not just another military story. It's a powerful, funny, and deeply human look at identity, courage, and survival during a time when being openly gay in the U.S. military was still illegal. Based on the real-life memoir, The Pink Marine, the series takes us back to the 1990s, when the don't ask, don't tell policy forced soldiers to live double lives. It's a period that feels far away, yet painfully close. The show stars Manchester-born actor Max Parker, best known for his roles in Emmerdale and Doctor Who. This time, though, Parker steps into a new light. As Sergeant Sullivan, a boot camp instructor with a sharp tongue, a mysterious past, and a heart that's harder to read than his drill commands. Parker's character isn't just another loud, tough Marine shouting orders. Beneath that hard shell, there's a man who's clearly wrestling with his own demons. He's someone who hides his pain behind discipline and control, pushing his recruits as a way to avoid facing what's happening inside himself. In a recent interview with BBC Radio Manchester, Parker revealed that he immediately connected with the story. As a gay man himself, he said he wanted to take on a role that explored the queer experience in a raw, emotional way, one that shows both the fear and the resilience that come with being different in a system built on conformity. He trained with real recruits before filming began, learning how to walk, talk, and command like a true Marine. He even adopted a strong American accent. He called it a New York twang because, as he joked, it just sounds that little bit more powerful when you're yelling at people. That commitment, that detail, shines through every scene he's in. But Boots isn't just about one man's struggle. It's about a generation growing up in a world that told them who they could or couldn't be. The show centers on a young gay teenager who joins the U.S. Marine Corps with his best friend, thinking he can prove himself, belong, and maybe even escape the parts of his life that feel too heavy. What he doesn't expect is how hard it will be to keep his secret in an environment that demands total honesty, but punishes authenticity. The series mixes humor with heartbreak. One moment you're laughing at the absurdity of boot camp life, and the next you're hit with a wave of emotion that feels all too real. Parker described the show as so fun, but you might cry as well, because it never forgets that behind the shouting, the drills, and the sweat, there are people learning who they are and what they can survive. And in that mix of pain and pride, the show finds its heart. Parker says what drew him most to Boots was how deeply human it feels. The themes are still important, he told the BBC, and it's quite poignant now, really. Even though the story takes place in the 1990s, its message hits home today. The ban on openly gay service members may have ended in 2011, but the struggle for acceptance hasn't disappeared. Across the world, even in countries where equality is written into law, many people still face rejection, discrimination, and violence simply for being who they are. Parker believes that telling stories like this one matters because they remind us that progress is fragile. Boots isn't just entertainment. It's a conversation starter, a reminder of how far we've come and how far we still have to go. It's a bold mix of nostalgia and truth, wrapped up in the humor and chaos of Marine life. And it dares to ask, what does it really mean to be strong? In the show, Parker's Sergeant Sullivan is more than a one-note drill instructor. He's both a villain and a hero. The kind of character who makes you flinch 1 second and feel sorry for him the next. Parker said Sullivan uses drilling and exercising as a form of therapy, punishing himself through the same physical pain he inflicts on others. It's his way of coping, of running from his own regrets. That emotional depth is what makes the character so compelling. You can sense that behind every harsh command, there's a man trying desperately not to fall apart. Parker brings a raw energy to the role, the authority of a Marine, but the eyes of someone hiding 1,000 unspoken things. It's the kind of layered performance that makes you think long after the episode ends. And for Parker, this isn't just acting, it's personal. It's about giving visibility to people whose stories were never told when they should have been. When you watch Boots, you can feel the authenticity that went into it. Parker didn't just play a Marine, he lived like one during training. Early mornings, endless drills, the physical exhaustion, and the mental pressure. He said that experience changed how he saw the character. It wasn't about barking orders. It was about understanding why soldiers cling to structure when their emotions feel out of control. And when he put on that American accent, that sharp, commanding New York tone, something clicked. "It just sounds stronger when you're shouting," he said with a laugh. But beneath the humor, there's pride in how much heart he put into the role. For Parker, this show is more than just another credit in his career. It's a chance to make a mark in the US, where he's still a fresh face. "In America, I'm an unknown," he admitted. "So this is my opportunity to make a little bit of a stamp." That humility makes Parker easy to root for. Here's this talented actor from Bolton, England, a guy who's already made waves in Emmerdale and Doctor Who, now stepping onto an international stage with a story that matters. And he's doing it right after one of the biggest years of his life. Parker recently married his former Emmerdale co-star, Chris Mockery, a real-life love story that fans have celebrated with warmth and pride. It's fitting, really, an actor playing a role about honesty and self-acceptance while living that same truth off-screen. He's also just appeared in Doctor Who, which he described as a dream come true. His dad, a lifelong fan of the show, was thrilled when Parker brought home a small prop from the set, a personal keepsake from a show that connects generations. It's those little human touches that remind us that behind every actor we see on screen, there's someone just like us, chasing dreams and holding on to hope. As Boots arrives on Netflix, the excitement around it is growing fast. Audiences are drawn not just to its humor or 90s nostalgia, but to its emotional honesty. It's rare for a military story to mix laughter, vulnerability, and pride all at once. But Boots does it with heart. It challenges what we think strength looks like, showing that courage isn't just about surviving boot camp, but surviving yourself. For Max Parker, this series is a defining moment, a breakout role that lets him use his own story to bring someone else's to life. And for viewers, it's a reminder of the cost of silence, the power of acceptance, and how stories once hidden in shame can now be told with pride. Whether you've served in the military or never set foot in a barracks, Boots will hit you somewhere deep. Because it's not just about war or training, it's about the human fight to be seen, loved, and free.